So, hello students, let's continue the past paper question solving because we have already done 5 questions in the previous video. If you haven't watched, please do. Okay. So let's continue. And we were solving paper 1 non-calculated board maths. Right? So let's continue from the question number 6. Write the ratio 90 is to 120 in the simplest form. So this is too much easy question. And you all know it's 2 we can convert into fraction form. So first of all, cancel the 0 by that 0 and we can simplify by 3. And we can divide by 3. 3 times 3, it's 9. 3 times 4, it's 12. And we can again write it into 3 to 4 form. Right? So that's your answer. Good. Now, okay, question number 7. The diagram shows a shape with 5 shaded sections. 5 shaded sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, right? Shade one more section. Only one more section you have to shade on the diagram so that it has rotational symmetry of order 3, right? So you should know first of all what is the rotational symmetry. If you don't know, so I am giving you a brief introduction about the rotational symmetry. Suppose if you have equilateral triangle, means all sides are equal to each other. So how many times we can rotate to get the exact same triangle? How many times we can rotate? 3 times. So this is called order 3, right? Order 3 for isolation. Sorry, equilateral triangle. Okay. If I ask for circle, how many times we can rotate a circle to get a exact same circle? Infinite times, right? Infinite times. So similarly, we have to rotate this special shape after shading one shaded area. So which one it is? So I think you can know this one is this, right? Now you have to shade one more only, this one, to get 3 orders. Let me show you. See, this is your answer, right? And now, see, for reference, you can match with this. Okay, this is our original shape, original shape, okay? And now you have to compare how many times we are getting the same shape. This is first time, okay? First, without any rotation, we are getting the same image, okay? Now I'm going to rotate it. Is it the same as the original shape? No. Now, yes, 2. Now I'm going to rotate one more time. You can compare with this, with the original shape, right? And this is the 3 times. And after that, if I will rotate, so it is repeating, right? So without repeating, how many times we can rotate? Only 3 times. So this is what? This is the order 3. Order 3 means we can rotate this special figure now only 3 times to get the original shape, exact the original shape, okay? So you can compare with this to that. Moving to the next question actually. So yeah, you can write lower part of this, lower left part of this shape, right? You have to shade. Now, the next question is, the scale drawing shows the position of a rock. A scale is 1 centimeter represent 30 meters. A lighthouse L is 210 meters from R on a bearing of 120 degrees. On the scale drawing, mark the position of L. Okay, so first of all, you can see here 1 centimeter is equal to 30 meter. So 1 centimeter, if 1 centimeter equals 30 meter, so in 1 meter, 1 over 30 centimeter it would be, and in 210 meter, it would be 210 times 1 over 30 centimeter. So we can cancel 7 times. So it means 210 meter is equal to 7 centimeter by using scale. Okay. So actually this is the answer. But let me explain you what it's mean. Bearing 125 degrees Celsius. Sorry, 125 degrees. So what it means basically, if you are struggling with bearing based questions, so please let me know. I can make a separate video for bearing based question, because I know this is very complicated concept, right? So many students struggle with that. So what actually it is? So here it is a R for rock. Okay. This is the rock, position of rock is this point, and it is saying a lighthouse L is 210 meter, means it is 7 centimeter by scale far from the R on bearing 125. Bearing means what? We have to measure the angle from north in clockwise direction, right? In this direction we have to move how much? 125 degrees, right? So let me show you how can we draw. I am drawing approximate. I am not using the scale, but understand this. Okay. If this is 90, you know very well this is, am I right? You know this is the 90 degrees. And if this is a north, so the opposite direction would be south. And this would be east and west. Okay. So we have to follow the same direction for all students, right? If it is saying bearing 125, so we have to go with clockwise direction, right? We cannot go in right side. Okay, this is completely wrong. So suppose 120 degree approx, this would be 125 degree, because this is 90, and if we add 35 degree, right? Split this 90 plus 35 degrees, and if we add, so we are getting what? 125 degrees. Okay, so that's how. And the lighthouse is, suppose here is the position of lighthouse. So it is saying on the scale drawing, mark the position of L. So you can measure it, how much it should be, 7 centimeter far. Why? Because it is already given. It is far from 210 meter, and we have already converted 210 meter equals 7 centimeter. Okay. So this must be 7 centimeter. Okay. I am saying again, if you have any doubt regarding bearing based questions, so please let me know. Okay. So the answer would be 7 centimeter. Next. A cake has a mass of 600, right? Joy eats 1/5 of the cake. Find the mass of the cake that is left. So again, it is too much easy. Mass of the cake is 600 grams and Joy eats 1/5 part of this cake. So how can we suppose total? If we subtract total and what Joy eats something and the left part left over. How much left over? We have to find this one, right? So total 1. Okay. 1 means what? How much here the cake? The quantity is 1 cake there was. Okay. That's why I am writing 1. Don't write 600 grams. This is the weight, mass of the cake. But quantity is 1. Okay. And 1/5. So it means, I think you all know 1/5 is what? Sorry, it doesn't look equal. All parts must be equal. 1, 2, 3, I think. So Joy eats only this part, okay? And we need to find the rest part. Joy eats 1/5. So leftover is how much? 5. 5 minus 1, which is 4/5. This is the part, okay? This is the part in fraction form. But find the mass. Here you have to find the mass. Okay, so the full mass is 600 grams. Now rest is how much part is left? 4/5. Now just cancel it. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. So 12 times 4, 48, and 1 more 0. Yes. So 480 grams cake left, right? That's the mean of the question. Moving to the next here. Question number 10. In this question, this is also very easy. So don't fear after watching this first time because this is very basic geometry we will use over here. Actually, not geometry, just concept of the geometry. Okay, what is that? Before solving this, you should know about the alternate angles. Alternate angles. So what do you mean by alternate angles? If, 1 second, let me draw. What is alternate angles? If two lines are parallel, right? Parallel means what? These two lines never touch to each other. Touch even they do not, decrease or increase the difference between them. Suppose here the difference is 2 centimeter. So here would be also 2 centimeter, right? It could not be 1.98 centimeter. Otherwise, they may cross if we, draw further line. Okay. So they have to maintain their distance, a fixed distance between two lines. Then we can say both lines are parallel to each other. Okay. Now, one straight line, if a straight line cut like this, okay, let me change the color. Yes, a straight line Red color is why it's it is a cut line, and green lines represent the parallel line. Okay, so alternate angles are what? This and that. Okay, this and that would be equal. Suppose here is the name. Can I write the name? Okay, suppose this is A, and this one is the B, C, D, E, F. I am just writing a random alphabet, that's it. Okay, so A, C, D, right? Triangle A, C, D will be equal to C, D, F. C, D, F. Are you getting what I'm saying? Wait a moment. ACD is equal to CDF. Okay, this line, this angle would be equal to that one. The upper angle is equal to the lower angle. Now, what about the other angle? I mean, the next part of the angle. Suppose this. Okay, so this would be also equal to that. Okay, so these two angles are called blue, called alternate angles. Okay, it means ECD is also equal to FDC, right? These are called alternate angles. Okay, and they must equal to each other. That's why we call alternate angles. Always alternate angles are equal to each other. Okay, you should know. And one straight line makes how much degrees angle? 180 degrees. Okay, these two things you should know, and that's it. Now you are ready for the question. Yeah, so here it is given. See, here two things are given. Lines AB and CD are parallel. Means which two lines? AB, CD. AB and CD. This is parallel. Okay, and EF and EG are straight line. EF, where is the EF? E, F, and again E and G. These two lines are straight line. Okay, now see, two lines parallel. Which two lines? This and that. Okay, if two lines parallel and the third line intersect to each other, not intersecting, I think intersecting. Yes, it is intersecting to each other. So this 60 would be equal to that one. Why? Because of alternate angles. Did you get that? Can you relate with me? If this one is the 60 degrees, so that one would be also 60 degree. Okay. Now, AB is a straight line, right? AB is a straight line. And if we add 60 degrees plus C degrees, C degrees and 46 degrees plus 46 degrees, AB is 180 because a straight line makes 180 degrees. Now just add it. 0 plus 6, 6, 4, 6, 10, 106 degrees plus C. So C is equals to 180 degrees minus 106 degrees. 10 minus 6, 4, 74 degrees. Okay, so C equals 74 degrees. One angle, we got it. Okay, so this C is your 74 degrees. Okay, good. Now, if C is 74, then can you tell me what about the A? See, these two lines are parallel. Okay, parallel. If C is and this line intersecting to the parallel line, so this and that. Yes, see here, this is the 46 degrees. Okay, if this is the 46 degrees, so the angle A would be 46 degrees also. Why? Because of alternate angles, right? And we know that EG is a straight line and it makes 180 degrees. EG, here it is E, okay? So EG is equals, how can we find EG? By adding 40 plus B, okay? Sorry, 46 plus B. EG equals 180 degrees, 46 degrees plus B. So B equals 180 degrees minus 46 degrees. Subtract 134 degrees. Okay. This is the value of B. So I think we have gotten all A, B, and C, right? So that's how you have to solve. If you have still any doubt, please let me know. See, I am repeating to explain. See, these two lines are parallel. The arrow lines are parallel. Okay. So if this is the 60, so that would be also 60. Okay. And then the line AB makes 180 degrees. This line makes 180 degrees. If this is 180, so we can easily find the value of C, right? By adding 60 plus 46 degree, and after adding, you have to subtract from the 180. So that's how you can find the value of C. Okay. Now, this is the first concept. And the next, let me erase. Yes. If this one 46 degrees, so the A value of A would be also 46. Why? Because of alternate angles. We know that two alternate angles are equal to each other. Okay. That's why A is also 46. And what about the B? How can we find the B? One straight line. This one straight line makes 180 degrees. So we have to subtract 46, right? 46 degrees from 180. So that's how we can find the angle B. Okay. I hope there will be no any confusion now. But if still you have any doubt, any suggestion, anything, so you can find. And now this is your homework. I have already explained, right? This is your homework part, and you can comment also in the chat box. What is the value of A and Y? What is the value of B and Y? You have to also provide the reason. Okay. Similarly for C. So for this, you are getting the 6 marks, and this is not bad. Okay. So that's all for today. And we will continue from the question number 11, right? From 11. And let's see how many, question we can cover. So see you in the next class. Till then, take care and thanks for watching.